Okay, folks, stunts are ready.
Ready for a take?
Action.
If I could describe the Fall Guy, it would be action. It would be romantic.
Let's just kiss him. No, come on.
It would be friendship. Oh. It'd be thrills. It would be explosions. And it would be death-defying stunts.
The Fall Guy is a love letter to the unsung heroes of the movie business who are the stunt performers and the crew who none of the magic of films is possible without them.
The term Fall Guy represents stuntmen literally taking the fall for actors, usually from great heights, at their peril.
The fact that we're bringing back the Fall Guy and Colt Stevens is played by Ryan Gosling, that in itself couldn't be any cooler.
It's an old-school, massive movie, and there's nothing like the adrenaline you get watching these incredible stunts.
It is filled with action, stunts that we actually achieved without CG.
Yes!
It's so dear to our hearts because it is a celebration of cinema, and it's a celebration of the love we have as crew members and filmmakers and this rich world that exists behind the camera.
Engage your core.
Guys, pictures out for your last look. Guns rolling. Guns rolling.
Alpha 109, take 1. Alpha 1.
The project came to Kelly and I when we were on the set of Nobody.
Jean-Claude, the cameo. I got this.
We were on the set of Nobody in Winnipeg, and we got a call from Guyman Cassidy, who is a producer on the film, and he said, I have the rights to The Fall Guy, and I'm interested in finding a filmmaker, a producer team to collaborate with, and you guys are first on my list, and would love you guys to do it.
I'm David's biggest fan, and it was the combination of all the movies that he had made up until now, and because of his stuntman, stunt coordinator, world that existed even before becoming a director, and all of his knowledge and who he is at his core, he felt like the perfect guy.
He suggested just the title alone. What about Fall Guy? And it being this amazing television show that lit the fire of stuntmen of David's generation.
The Fall Guy as a TV show was kind of an 80s iconic heyday of TV.
It can make you a massive star, you handsome beast.
Oh man, don't even get me started on Lee Majors. I mean, Lee Majors and Michael J. Fox. My first 2 heartthrobs. Don't tell anyone.
So we had to take a shot at it. We decided to approach Drew Pierce to write it.
The script wasn't easy to crack, but Kelly and I have a great rapport and a collaborative spirit with Drew Pierce. We worked with him on Hobbs and Shaw, and we were trying to pay homage to the original series where he's a bounty hunter, but we wanted it to make it our own twist on it. So really, it's more of an origin story.
There are so many layers of meta-ness within this film that I love. And you've just got that juxtapositioning of like the spectacle of making movies and the reality of making movies. And it's absurd and wonderful.
Where I know you from, bro?
Oh, yeah, you're on that Tom Ryder movie I was on. You're the stunt guy.
Not anymore.
We started to think about who could be in it, and there was really only one name ever mentioned, and it was like, we need to go for Ryan and see if he'll say yes.
I thought the opportunity to work with David Leitch in general was just so exciting to me because I'm a fan, but the fact that he's a stunt performer who's making a film about the stunt community just felt like the perfect fit.
What happened? What's up? Guess we're going again. Let me guess. Too much face.
Colt is a blue-collar hero who's just a regular guy who is having a hard time in his life. You know, he's someone who's fallen in love, and when the bottom falls out of his life, he struggles to get back on top.
Number 43.
I definitely have a different relationship with heights than Colt does. I also have a different relationship with harnesses now, for that matter. It was important that I do some of the stunts. First of all, for me to understand what, on some small level, stunt performers deal with every day, but also just for authenticity in the film. So I have a fear of heights, and I knew this was coming because it is called The Fall Guy, and we knew that there was going to be a fall.
Yeah, I think it was 100 feet in the air, clipped in by 4 points, and just air around you. And then we dropped.
Ryan is just constantly on the search for something funnier, something more exciting. It's what's so wonderful about working with him because it's so alive and spontaneous.
As a character, Colt is self-actualizing into the best version of himself. Not only as this action hero, but as like a fully formed human who can express his feelings to the one that he loves.
Whose idea was this?
I think it was Gail's idea.
I thought it was your idea.
The part of Jodie, when I signed on, was still being written and developed, and so they then brought me completely into the creative fold, and I got to build this character with them.
There's a little bit of my journey in Jodie's journey as well. And so, yes, I have all this stunt experience with Colt. Jodie is a person who came from below the line like myself and rose to the director chair.
Did you just see your life speaking to actors?
Yeah.
As a director, she's brave and daring. She's unafraid of taking big swings, very similar to David. But I think, I feel Dave's more together than Jodie.
Holy shit.
She's as messy as the rest of us. She has huge talent, but she's under an exorbitant amount of pressure to deliver on this movie and sort of hanging on by a thread.
As a director, I have a lot of experience of dealing with producers and actors, and her experiencing this Tom Ryder's egomania and watching her just take it in and getting on with directing, it was really fun to watch. Anyone see Ryder's double? Looking for Tom Ryder's stunt double?
I think we got real inspiration for the love story of this film from David and Kelly because they're such a beautiful love story. They met making movies, they love making movies, they make movies together, and so it was very easy to see Colt and Jodie and how they might interact with one another just by watching David and Kelly.
We have this extravagant spectacle of Metal Storm, which is Jodie's directorial debut, and it's described as a love story of cosmic proportions, and it is. And it's just this wonderful interplay between reality and non-reality.
I do believe that the romance is probably the most compelling piece of the material, obviously, because that's the relatable human drama. We can do all the fun, experiential action, we can do the referential stuff to film, and that is all like window dressing and cotton candy, but like the meat and potatoes, the nutrition of this is the heartfelt love between these two characters.
I think romance is still alive and kicking in everyone's desires and hearts, and so if you can capture it, and you can capture it on a big scale, on a scale that makes people laugh, then I'm in.
As we built out The Fall Guy, we accessed a lot of our own experiences as crew members for years, and I think that truth is stranger than fiction in Hollywood. And as a crew, you spend so much time together, romances actually happen. You know, you may think that the romance in The Fall Guy seems a little bit exaggerated or maybe too romantic or something you'd only find in the movies, but it's true. You can't not spend that much time with these people and not form these intimate relationships. And it really gave Colt the motivation for the entire film.
What are we waiting for?
Good, okay. I think weirdly making Metal Storm is a catharsis for her getting over Colt. So when he shows up again and turns everything on its head, the narrative of Metal Storm will inevitably change depending on what she's experiencing in love in her own life.
So we're gonna go again, okay?
Okay. Colt is willing to do anything he can to get her back. Sometimes when people meet on set, it's called a showmance, but what they have is much more than that, and Colt is willing to do anything to prove it.
I knew you were alive. I'm so happy you're alive.
Cut! Great! Love it. Second.
We need his close-up, right? We need his close-up right here for all the coverage, right?
Tom Ryder is a little bit of a caricature. He's an egomaniac, he's a narcissist, he's afraid of his own shadow. He is full of bravado, but yet he's completely incapable of doing anything that involves courage.
Do I do my own stunts? I think I do.
Everyone has their story of a nightmarish actor or something crazy in the tabloids of an actor doing something absolutely heinous. That would be Tom Ryder.
Listen, I'm gonna need the phone. It's the one that proves that you killed Henry, not me.
that phone.
The side of filmmaking that has its sort of ridiculousness. We're surrounded by so many different personalities and lots of egos, and sort of leaning into those and having fun with it.
I really don't need this right now. I will handle everything.
In Hollywood lore, every actor who is that much of a monster has a producer that's an enabler, and that you have the person just making the excuses and just like feeding the monster and making sure that the monster gets everything they want. They do that out of their own fear of losing control of their moneymaker.
The studio, so far up my ass, I can taste them.
She's someone that's trying to get things done, but her take on how to get things done is a bit wonky. When somebody has become so completely channeled into one thing, it's like everything else around it fudges. All she can see is that and how she's going to achieve that. Such a moron!
Hannah took Gail to the next level, threading the needle on a villain like that and making her caricature of something that we just want to take down, but also liking him enough to stay with him for scene after scene.
Ready in 3, 2, 1!
Every movie set needs a stunt coordinator, whether it's comedy, drama, action film. Obviously, this was a big action film, Metal Storm, and you needed a cutting-edge young stunt coordinator who was hungry for the job.
I have to build a truck for a 250-foot jump.
For real?
In a day and a half.
When we asked Winston to play the role, he had some really great ideas about his character, that the stakes for his character were also high.
We're going again!
This was one of his first jobs as a coordinator, and it was a demanding set. All the pressures that you feel as a stunt coordinator, Winston brought to life.
I really was very excited to jump on board because it was a story that had meaning and reason for its creation. We shot for almost 4 months, and the endurance of being on set that long is the hardest part. We would, on some of our off days, work on our fight moves and our choreo. So it was great.
Yeah, baby! Stunts! Grab him there!
The stunt community really make us look great. They are just as creative as anyone else on set, just as instrumental to making these big, impressive movies happen.
He brought the camaraderie to life that you have with your fellow stunt performers and the instant brotherhood, you know, getting down to business and delivering crazy action.
Boom.
Amazing.
I am rolling.
We just wanted to thank the city of Sydney for opening your hearts and arms
And
to
your treasured
us.
architecture to our film. As we started to develop it more, we realized LA might not be the best place. I, as a stunt performer, work all over the world. We don't get to make movies in LA that much.
It's hard to understate how important Australia was to this film. I mean, the crew is one of the best in the world, and it's just such a beautiful place, and it just really gave so much of its energy to the movie.
We had Sydney Opera House as the backdrop for this scene, and it was so stunning, and it was the most beautiful, massive blue sky day. I'm so grateful to the Opera House that they let us shoot there, because I think it's spectacular.
Well, as an Australian, it's awesome having our country, Australia, on the big screen with like the best in the world shooting an epic movie.
Shooting in Sydney was another joy. It's such a great community of filmmakers and crew people.
So first time I've ever filmed in Sydney. Oh, I think it's really beautiful. We're very fortunate.
I absolutely love the Australian way of taking on the day. They're very gung-ho, they're very relaxed.
You get a lot of people coming around and saying, "G'day, mate, you know, good job, and nice to see you," and that's quite good, but, you know, look, it's hot. It's hot.
What I love about David Leitch's movies is they have a completely unique tone, and that tone captures everything from the absurd to the grounded.
David Leitch, he's like Obi-Wan Kenobi and Yoda. If you're going to learn stunt work and how to thread it through a movie and still keep the heart of the movie, there's nobody you can learn it from more than him.
I feel very fortunate and lucky to be on another David Leitch movie, and Ryan Gosling, Emily Blunt. You're really capturing something that is raw and unique, and remarkably honored to be a part of this production.
You like that, Trezzy?
I think this movie is really special. I think this one is gonna really hit the spot and cross audiences of a lot of different generations.
And I want to thank the crew from the production staff to everybody on set who I've worked with in the past or around the world that came to play with us in Sydney.
I am so proud of this movie so much. This is a movie that I could see 1,000,000 more times. I think that the performances are unreal. I think the chemistry is just so good. I think everyone just delivered, and it's just a freaking awesome movie.
It's been a real special one, but I have to say the highlight has been being here in Sydney and working with this crew. Obviously, a special thanks to the stunt crew for everything, and not just welcoming me into their world, but getting me out of it alive. Thank you all so much. It's been a pleasure, and I hope we get to do it again. That's a wrap.
The cannon roll is a classic stunt. We're making a movie that's an homage to stunt performers. Why don't we make sure that we're doing the best and biggest, and maybe we can break some records?
7 rolls. We were trying to break that world record.
It's not an easy task to get that many rolls. You have to fine-tune it. We are at Boat Harbor Beach in Australia, and we are prepping for the cannon roll that I'm going to do in this car. Special Effects has rigged up a roll cage in this car to keep me safe, and then this giant cannon cylinder that we place in a very strategic spot. And then we put a piston inside of that cannon, and then we'll charge it with air. And then I have a button in my hand that blows that off. It'll flip the car over and start rolling down the beach.
Sand, it makes it roll slower, and it's even harder to achieve.
Everything has to go right. The weather, the density of the sand, the list goes on.
We're taking pressure out of the cannon, we're going faster, turning differently, like all these little adjustments are happening.
Let's reset again. Our first test, we did 4 rolls. Our second test, we did 7 rolls. And so we knew we were close.
The big stunts, those get your adrenaline pumping and your heart racing. I'm a little scared, a little nervous, but that's part of the program.
Every measure you could take to make sure that the performer is safe is done. But at the end of the day, it's still dangerous what they're doing.
Logan's done cannons, Logan's done pipe ramps, Logan's done stuff, but he's never done something this big. This is a career stunt.
Stunts have been doing an incredible job. Logan Holiday is going to be flipping the car. They've tested it twice. It's gone really well, so hopefully we get a great one here today.
All cameras are speeding. Here we go. Ready. And 3, 2, 1, action.
They did the same rolls they got on the first 2 rehearsals.
Yeah.
Dug into the sand more. Maybe he didn't pitch it quite as, or pitched it too.
It was still an amazing roll, but it wasn't what we were trying to achieve. The first thing that I think about is like, is Logan okay? And Logan was fine. And then all of us go, boom, let's start analyzing it. Why didn't it go right? Why didn't it go like our last test? We're analyzing all the footage and looking at what we did different.
I'm gonna be sick. You got this. You're the one. Why are you gonna say that? Why are you gonna say that?
There's the truth in the story that Colt's rusty. And it was such a beautiful role, and all the cameras got it. So we almost stopped there.
But we had one more car. We tasted it with our second test of 7 rolls, and we knew we could achieve it.
And so we ended up rolling it again.
And we finally came up with this calculation that gave us 8.5 rolls.
Ready. And 3, 2, 1, action.
We got really excited and we were jumping around like crazy, but then we were also waiting for like, is Logan good or not? We got the thumbs up, just like in the movie.
Logan's good, Logan's good! Come on!
Just eruption of cheers. So exciting for Logan.
He goes on to break the Guinness World Record for most cannon rolls in a film, and then he pulls me out of the car and pats me on the back for the stunt he just did. Just so f***ed up. That you did the cool thing, and I'm just taking all the credit for it. Now you're taking the helmet from me.
I think it's
The levels of f***ed upness.
We ended up decreasing a lot of pressure to get it to just roll over. We put a G-force meter in the car, and the most G-forces it pulled at a spike was 16 Gs. It was really uncomfortable. I knew I did a lot of rolls. I had no idea how many, but I had a pretty good feeling that we did it.
Logan jumped in with 2 feet, and he really, really stepped up and gave us great stuff on this film.
It just made those moments even more visceral, even more special, knowing that we were a part of something new and a part of something that was going to break records.
It's so awesome.
We needed to make practical stunts happen. I felt like we had to do it to honor our lineage as stunt performers.
Dave really supported Logan and myself and the team and knew that we could do what we set out to do, and we did.
That's why I like cartoons. See, because cartoons don't pretend to be real. That's what I like about it. You seen Dumbo? Dumbo? Yeah, Dumbo. Dumbo changed my life. You know that scene when Dumbo gets into the bad champagne and then he starts seeing the pink elephants on parade and shit? I was like, yes, please. I like what he's having. Make it a double. Oh, mama! Oh, God damn! Whoa! Apple crumble! Banana biscuits! Fresh Snickers! Sugar! Never before have I seen it before! Shiver me timber! Whoa, mama! Some big bear! Never! Never, never, never land! Get up, good! Oh, to the next fire! Frozen yogurt!
Yo, bro, I know you from somewhere. Where I know you from, bro? Oh, yeah, you're on that Tom Ryder movie I was on. You're the stunt guy.
Not anymore.
You yoga, right? You yoga.
I yoga, yeah.
You
Yeah,
yoga.
Yeah.
Bro.
Yeah, we all yoga.
Because it looked like there was a bit of lubrication in the situation. Did you barf, bro?
But it was barf. You're confirming the barf part.
Yeah, it was like a barf slide.
It was barf. Oh, there was slide?
Yeah, like, and did you made
Sliding on the barf.
Barf slide. And you make a sound? It
Did
was
I?
like, I'll never forget it, bro.
Oh, yeah.
I felt I heard a sound. It was sort of like half man, half whale, and it was like it was crying, bro. It was like, oh. You know, it was like this, like, oh. It's like all the air just coming out of you all at once, like, oh. Shit frightens me still, bro.
Oh, I'm sorry you had to hear that.
No, it's fine. My
Both of
crystal healer has got that out of me, bro. But, like, damn, I'm just glad to see you're okay.
Dan, come on. I didn't approve him. I didn't approve him. I would never have approved him.
She didn't approve me.
Can I talk to you for a second?
I'm not approved.
Interesting move. No heads up. Hi, I'm your new stuntman. Slap the shit out of you. I really could.
And I'm open to that in a, safer environment. Did they tell you about my sand issues? I just had
saw
sand
you
concerns.
faffing around with the sand. I didn't know it was you.
Yeah. And there seems to be an extreme lack of coffee on your set. And I don't put that on you. But I'm just saying, it's hard to get caffeinated around.
Understand how insane this is. This is insane.
Yeah.
It's insane for me that you're here. It's insane. I'm directing
And you
a
look
movie
good
here.
doing it.
I don't need
And I don't
this.
mean that in an
I can
objectifying way.
Okay.
I'm just saying, you really look, all of it. We're both in coveralls.
They're called jumpsuits.
You know, well, they cover all. They could easily uncover all.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Mm-hmm.
Just saying, look, obviously I didn't get the briefing on what you want,
Okay.
right? This whole thing has been rushed.
Yeah.
Let's go get a cup of coffee.
I don't want to.
Maybe it turns into drinks. Maybe it turns into
I haven't seen
dinner.
you in a year. I don't want to. I don't even know you. We don't even know each other.
So let's take time to just,
don't want
like,
to.
you can tell me about your vision.
You will be here until there's a replacement.
You're managing so many big things. This big movie, the big hats.
I feel like you've been
Making it-
patronizing when you say that.
What's that?
I feel like you've been patronizing when you say
No,
that.
I'm-
Because I am directing a movie.
I
It's a
understand.
huge deal.
Yes.
And you're here slightly derailing the whole event for me. Okay?
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
But,
And the
you know-
hat's like a set thing, just so you know. Like everyone's wearing them.
Yeah, I see it. They're not making you look as good as you are. That's all.
Always gotta make an entrance, don't you, Colt? You know this is not my yacht, right? It's a rental. That's literally the deposit right there.
Manslaughter, maybe, but it's not even my fault, right? This guy slips on a beer bottle. I mean, what kind of a stuntman are you? You slip on a beer bottle and end up killing yourself. It's just dumb.
Seriously, have you stopped taking your medication? You know you have to wean that shit off. How do you look like so good, by the way? Aren't you on some kind of a bender? Well, I've taken a step away from the business.
A step? I'd say it was a leap. Yeah, sure. You get Saddam Hussein, he's got like 6 body doubles, but you know.
Saddam Hussein?
You're just taking this far too personally, bro.
I think it's Saddam.
He had 6 body doubles. 6.
Did he?
All right.
I'd have to take your word for it, I guess. Is that a Snapple fact?
You start to feel like you're special. And you're not.
I mean, my mom would disagree. I'll replace the phone, okay? As soon as the iPhone store opens, I'll get you one. You want the big one or the little one? Let's have a halftime. You know, let's regroup.
Sure.
And figure it out. You know, running the ball's not working. Let's try passing. Untie me, I'll show
Wow.
you. Untie me, I'll show you.
Isn't that the chef's kiss on the whole shit Sunday of your life?
Loved it, loved it.
Incredible.
Okay.
When that Dresler writer's creepy security goon just called me about.
Dresler, the military tech advisor from Annihilation of Valor? Hold on a second. Say, let me do it again.
Yeah.
Hold on a second. Dresler, hold on. Dresler? Hold on. No, hold on, I want to say something. Dresler, the military tech advisor from Annihilation of Valor? Was I crying?
Yeah.
That was crying, yeah.
Because you made this sound, bro.
I made a sound.
Well, it's like all the air just coming out of you all at once, like, oh!
And by the way, my bags are still in my car.
Great.
So if you
Keep
want to
them
just go
packed.
straight to your hotel.
Keep them. Go to my what?
Unless you're staying at a house.
Go
And
to
it's
my
if there's
what?
like a 2-bedroom.
No, it's not. Okay.
I can't. If they find out that did you hear we're $2 billion over budget?
2 billion? You're
How long does this last? What? How long does this last? What are you even saying? How long does this last? What are you?
How long? I can hear you laughing, Leitch. Oh, Jesus. Au revoir, Jean-Claude. A bientôt.
Look, in my profession, information is bullets. And working for.
That's okay.
That's okay. No, Venti. I don't want real.
This is a glam rock epic love story, cosmic proportions, all right? It's got a mirror. Fly flew right in my face.
Hey, Colt. Wow, that is a...
Camera reset. Roll.
Wow. I fell.
You fell?
Yeah.
Off a building? Wow.
Sorry about that. Yeah, no, that's funny.
Okay, yep.
You're having problems with the third act,
Yeah, I'm having problems with the...
You're having problems with the third act. What's wrong with that?
It's not real. It's not what happens in real life. It happens in movies, but it doesn't happen in real life.
Can we try it again? I won't interrupt you. Okay.
Okay. Yep. Okay.
So you're having problems with the third act?
Yeah. Because it's an alien love story. I gotta do that again. I'm sorry.
Okay.
All right. Okay.
You're having problems with the third act?
Yes. Yes.
The studio, they are crawling right up my asshole, and I can literally feel them.
Wow. That's so specific. Hey, you're having problems with the third act? Is that what's going on?
Yeah. I mean, it's.
What's going on? With the third act.
Jody. What the f? Leave whatever you stole.
Sorry.
Tom is 4. What did you say? David? You say something?
No, that was the bird.
Oh, the bird, sorry. Tom's full on. Wow.
You know, this is why Van Gogh cut his own ear off. Uh-huh.
Stunts! I call tomahawk! Yes! I call tomahawk!
You stay alive! Hey!
I'm starting to get the impression that you don't want me here.
Ding, ding, ding. I don't want you here.
Well,
I
ding,
don't.
ding, ding. I thought you did. Okay?
Okay? Well, I don't.
I'm gonna make the camera up to you. I'm sorry. Is that why you're so upset? I did have sand concerns. Did they tell you? It's too loose.